Just us.
Just us.
After a lengthy road trip, the Golden State Warriors returned to the Chase Center. The Trace Center.
The Trace Center? The Trace Jackson
we
Davis
got
Center?
one dunk out of him, so it is technically the Trace Center. To take on the Portland Trailblazers, a team that was somewhat depleted. Most of their stars were benched, injured for various reasons. So it was a somewhat depleted team. The main threat was Denny Avdia, who I don't care about one bit. But expected to be a uplifting victory, return home, homecoming victory, get the home stretch going. Unfortunately, was easily one of the most frustrating games I have ever seen the Golden State Warriors play.
It was hard to watch.
And we
at
were
times.
Unfortunately there.
We were
watching
there
it
in
happen.
person. The Warriors lost 127 to 123. So it was a close game, but I got to tell you, we were very upset for a majority of the game.
It's a really interesting game because what the final score represents or reflects and what the experience of watching them reflects seems very, very different. You need to have the context of both. You know, the only people who really get it are the people who have seen the score and also watched the game either on TV or in person. But
and we'll go into our experience. We'll tell you about
the
it.
The final score reflects what looks like they narrowly lost. No.
We got beat.
They
got
their
beaten.
asses beat. They got their cheeks clapped. They got destroyed.
We got outplayed significantly. And, it's kind of perplexing to look at the box score because both teams shot 48% from the field. The Warriors actually had a better three-point percentage than the Blazers. But if you look at more of the finer details, we got out-rebounded. They had 52 rebounds. We only had 32. And turnovers weren't even the main issue of the game, which has been our Achilles heel. We've mentioned that in previous episodes. We had 13 turnovers, which at the pace that we're playing, I can take that. The Blazers had 20 turnovers, so you would expect that we would have won this game. But there were so many challenges that the Warriors succumbed to. I'd say defense was probably the main one. And after the game, Steve Kerr, in his post-game interview, said that he thought the team is doing okay defensively and that they needed more offensive flow, which can, be done at practice. And again, the Warriors have not practiced since coming back from their lengthy road trip. But in Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry's post-game interview, they highlighted defense as probably the most glaring issue that they're experiencing at the moment.
Yeah, so Jimmy's explanation, I think, was probably the best that anyone gave in the post-game interviews, and it was people aren't defending, they're not marking their defenders and staying on them, and his whole kind of summation was that we are not taking away anything from our opposing team's game, which effectively what he's saying is our defense is not good enough, it's ineffective to the degree that any sort of defense we do have, any sort of maneuvers we make, they are not removing options from the opposing player. Opposing player can move to their dominant side, the side they like to have the ball on. Personally, they can move on the court to the sides they like. They can get into their spots. If they want to shoot a three, they can shoot a three. If they want to do a layup, they can do a layup. They did so many volleys. It was crazy. And
What do you mean by volleys?
Lobs, sorry.
Lobs, yeah.
Lob, yeah.
I was like, what sport are we talking about here?
I've got Europe in mind. But
Yeah.
it effectively means the Warriors are letting them do everything. And that's the frustrating part of it because you can see the players are there. The Warriors players are there. And they are, on paper, defending. But nothing they do is effective. So it feels like they're just doing nothing.
Yeah, and to give an example, in the first quarter, we had a somewhat small lineup. Al Horford out. He usually doesn't start anyway. But we had Jimmy, Butler, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Moses Moody, and Will Richard. The Blazers had a game plan. Their game plan was to go to their center, Donovan Clingan, who is 7'2". All they did was alley-oop the ball to Clingan, and he dunked it. They did that multiple times, and it was so effective. They kept going back to that play. And The Warriors didn't start defending that until the second half.
And even then, they weren't effectively defending
Yeah,
it.
Klingon ended up with 22 points. He was 9 of 14. I'm guessing all of his points were in the paint.
I'm not being rude, but Klingon isn't a good player.
No, he's not a good
his
player.
skill set isn't diverse. He can do one thing, and he did it repeatedly. And the frustrating part of that is the Warriors are a world-class organization with world-class talent and world-class support, world-class coaches. There is no way that a scouting report doesn't have Donovan Klingon.
I heard I thought Jonathan was his name because that's what I kept hearing yesterday, but I just looked him up. His name's Donovan.
Yeah. He's gonna be the lob threat. There's no way that they did not know that. And they still did not do anything to prepare for it.
And he did that in our previous game against them as well.
Yeah.
We needed to learn from past mistakes that clearly did not happen. In game, in real time, obviously the coaching staff is going to try and correct those types of errors, which they tried to do, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and going back to what Jimmy said, we didn't do anything, which meant they could use that repeatedly. There was no one there who could stop it. Eventually, Draymond came in. I think it was in the second half or might have been the second quarter. But he recognized what was happening and then started boxing out and interrupting the passes, getting in the lane. But by that point, they had really worked up the muscle memory to pull that play off. So they were just, instead of repeatedly doing it, they were mixing it in, which meant the defense became ineffective again because they were like, oh, that one thing that they repeatedly were doing, they're not doing that anymore, so what do we do? So they went back to normal zone defense or whatever it may be, and then they used that same play the Portland Trailblazers did, and everyone kind of like looking around, oh, we thought they were done with this.
Whereas when the Warriors went to their two-man game with the guard setting the pick for Steph, the Blazers defense reacted in real time very well, thwarted any chance of a pick and roll. So I thought their defensive mentality was a bit stronger in this game and more adaptive to what the Warriors were throwing at them.
Yeah, and for me, the other major frustration point was the fact that their shooting wasn't great, the Warriors. But even worse was the rebounding. So they would shoot, they'd miss the shot, and then the Trailblazers would get the ball, run back to the other side, and score. And that was pretty much every play.
This is the type of game where I really miss Kevon Looney.
Yes.
Because he would get both defensive and offensive rebounds. We needed both badly last night. I don't have the stats in terms of offensive rebounds, but we had many opportunities to get our missed shots, and the Warriors just did not.
No, and that was it. We were gifting them points, and while depleting our own stamina, because we're moving up and down, and all of our shots, a significant majority of the shots weren't going in from three. Even Steph couldn't consistently hit the threes. He hit a few good ones.
Oh, can I talk about one good part of the game, which was Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Our GOAT. In the second quarter, he came in and went on an incredible run. So he's hit some really nice threes. He didn't miss in the second quarter.
Yeah.
He had 18 points in 6 minutes and was perfect from the floor during that time. Yeah. He was on fire. That was incredible to watch. And the people sitting in front of us, that guy, it was his first time watching Steph Curry live, and he was enamored.
I think
he just kept talking about it, like how amazing it was.
If it wasn't for the people we were sitting with, I think I would have been much angrier because, like you said, it seemed like they all worked together or something. The guy in front of us and the guy sitting next to me. The guy in front of us was a Warriors fan.
Yeah, he was
wearing a Curry jersey. This was his first time seeing Curry in person. The guy to my right was a Lakers fan seeing Steph Curry for the first time that came in wanting the Trailblazers to win, right? At the same time, he learned his colleague had never seen Steph play and just said to him, oh, in that case, I would like to see the Warriors win, which is, you got to respect that. But it was his first time seeing Steph in person as well. And every time Steph took a shot and it went in, he looked like he fell in love. Yeah. Each time he was like vocally he's saying, this guy's incredible. He's unrelentingly positive about what was happening. He was drinking, which is like, he might be the best drunk that I've ever sat next to in my time. The last drunk I sat next to at that game, I almost punched and threw down the stairs, and the security had to like get involved and stop me. That was a fun time. But he was like pleasant. I would love to see him, because he was just looking at the thing and being like, wow, look at Steph, man. So inspirational. He's just doing the meme over and over again.
And that's typically how we feel as well. I think during that second quarter, I had a lot of hope because I thought Steph is going to take over. And he did for that time period. But there's only so far offense can take you. Yeah. If you're not also getting stops on the other end and getting outplayed every single time, you don't end up getting that full momentum swing.
I will also say, and this is something that it very much stinks of sore loser when you kind of have this discussion point or throw this out there as a justification for loss. I'm not justifying it by saying the refs were part of the reason we lost. I do think that is the case, because there were some foul calls that were baffling. There were some insane kind of decisions made by the refereeing team. But at the very least, if you're not willing to accept that I'm saying, we lost partly because of them, they made the game borderline unwatchable, especially in person. There was a period of time where there was a stretch where we had 5 or 6 plays that had whistles immediately. And it was so annoying to watch this game. We weren't watching the game for a significant portion of it. We were just
watching people shoot free throws.
Free throw.
And I'll tell you what, let's do the quick math on this. The Blazers shot 32 free throws and we shot 30 free throws. That's 62 free throws.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't get home until around 11 p.m. last night, which is pretty late.
Yeah.
The game was just stopping and starting because people were shooting free throws. It was super annoying. It felt like every possession where we were on defense, there was a foul being called.
And is typical, it looked like fairly equal on the fouls. But if you look at how many free throws Steph took versus someone like Denny, it is vastly different.
Steph Curry shot one free throw. Okay?
And if you've seen Steph Curry play, it's exactly like what happens. He was being ragdolled around the court constantly. People were grabbing him. He was getting beaten, just knocked about. He's like a little pinball that people were just bouncing around. He got 1 free throw out of it.
Avdia got 13 free
I believe
throws.
It was
13 free throws.
And he was baiting the free throws as well and being rewarded for it. He was running into players, just running directly into traffic and using his ability to kind of throw his arms up and down to get those free throws, which obviously when Steph was trying to do similar and also legitimately being fouled, there was nothing. There was the loose ball foul with Jimmy, which after seeing what happened there, I looked at you and I was like, this rule is absurd.
And they even reviewed it. Steve Kerr challenged the call. They reviewed it with Secaucus, the replay center based in New Jersey, who is getting more involved, right? Apparently,
that's what they say.
And the officiating is potentially even getting worse, which is concerning. But they even reviewed the play and then stood by the awful call. I don't get it.
This is the thing that I really could lose my mind over. The refereeing system is like a little mafia because you cannot challenge them, and the NBA cannot be seen to cast doubt on the ability of any referee.
There's just no consequences for bad officiating.
Yeah, because if the NBA admits, all right, this ref was not good, bad calls, this game had bad calls, that opens them up to criticism across the board, which means all referees are now being judged on how good they are at what they're doing because it impacts the game. And they don't want that situation. The most they can do is, after the fact, say, this was an incorrect call, but it is lip service. You can't do anything. You can't reverse the odds of it.
You can't change the outcome. You can't change the outcome of the game.
I always said they should be fined. They should be fined. If a player says that referee sucks, that player is being fined maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least like 50 or something like that. If a referee completely drops the ball, ruins a game, makes a number of poor decisions. They put out a one sentence statement saying this was the wrong call, and then move on. I think they should be fined. They should be fined, and they should, if it happens repeatedly, do what you do. They should be treated the same way a player is treated. Suspension, same system. But they won't do that because they cannot be seen to cast doubt on the refereeing organization. It is like a little mafia. They protect themselves. They're protected by a bigger governing body, and they get away with anything they want. The only consequence they have is the worst referees will not get to referee a playoff game. And the playoff games are where you can make big money as a ref. Who cares about that's not you can carry on reffing the entire year round though. It's just bizarre. You can't in no other vocational system would that be allowed. It is like the very definition of almost negligence or corruption at a point.
And I do understand how Draymond Green has picked up so many technicals and ejections over his career because it is based on poor officiating. And just based on how our frustration was, like imagine being the player on the court where you're not getting the call to go in your favor and you know for a fact that it should be.
Yeah, and that is where there's no one in there to keep an eye on things, to make sure biases aren't play, to make sure, we've had situations where referees have been proven to be related or somewhat kind of tangentially in the circle of, gambling and match fixing controversies. And some of them are still in the refereeing game. They are actively refereeing. It feels like in any other scenario, if someone was caught doing something illegal and kept talking to another person in the same field, that is worth investigating. It doesn't happen. But that's beside the point. It's just in this game, there was, I think, incompetence, and I think there was a negative impact on the game as it was played and as it was viewed by the referees. And there will be no consequence for those people. Nothing's going to happen. There were times, I think if we had got our bad calls on our favor, we probably would have won, or we would have at least made it less frustrating to watch. And the amount of calls that just seemed to go the Portland way was absurd. It didn't make any sense. And you could tell the audience was frustrated. The crowd was just really annoyed by what was happening. Not in a we're the fans of this team and we're annoyed. It was just let them play for God's sake.
Yeah, just let them play. Stop calling fouls at the end of the day. Just let them play. It's an aggressive game. Let them do what they need to do, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, and the loose ball foul thing, I think, is absurd.
I think we should review loose ball fouls during our larger podcast. We actually have a few topics to discuss on our larger podcast, which is coming out in a few days. Yeah. We will be talking about part of the game that we went to against the Blazers was the Warriors celebrated their 1975 championship team. Mm-hmm. So it was the 50th championship anniversary.
Yeah.
So Rick Barry was there. We got to meet some of the players and get their autographs. So we'll talk about that during the podcast. And then they brought them out on the court, the players, during after the first quarter. So
everyone was like part of the production crew, the presenters, and that kind of stuff. They were dressed like they're from that era,
from 1975, and the music too was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was nice. It was fun. It was
a fun atmosphere, a fun game.
The only part that was not fun was the game itself.
Exactly.
Which was frustrating as
Let's
hell.
talk about boobies and butthole.
My boobies are the meeting the team part of it. That was really fun. The other boobie was probably Steph's performance. It was really good. Butthole was literally everything else to do with that game. Like just one of the most frustrating games to watch. It's the kind of game where you're like, I want to leave, but I have a rule where it's like I always try and see games through.
We did not leave.
Yeah, really bad. Unless it's really bad or it's really good and we need to leave for something else, But I've sat there and watched through many live Warriors losses. I've never really had the impulse to leave. This was one of the very, very, very few times where it was like second quarter or even third quarter and I was resisting the urge to say, let's just go, because I can't watch this. I would rather spend my Friday evening doing literally anything else right now. So that was definitely a really, really big booty hole.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll start with the butthole so I can end on a high note. The butthole for me was getting out rebounded. I really just don't like to see when a team doesn't hustle for the rebound. I feel like it's so critical, and it made me realize that we need a reliable center, a tall dude. And Al Horford just isn't it.
Before you go into your boobies, because we want to end on a positive note, I'm going to insert some other annoying things that I want to say real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Al Horford, I don't know what's going on here. Like, with every passing game, it feels more and more like he joined the Warriors for healthcare. He wants the medical team to look after him, because on court, he's average at best.
He got some good blocks.
He got some good blocks, but you expect more from a player of that caliber.
I thought we were getting a well-rounded, high-caliber, good shooter. Like, we got 1 out of like the 5 dimensions that I thought we would get.
He also didn't play
in the fourth quarter
because he was injured.
Is it his toe again? Is it something
no,
else?
His hamstring this time.
Oh gosh, okay.
And he doesn't play back-to-backs. When he plays a game, he's out the next game. During games, they're not playing him as hard as they would play any other center because he is an old age pensioner. And that is so frustrating.
Yeah, and like, don't save him for the playoffs. We need to make the playoffs.
We're not going to
first.
make the playoffs at this rate.
Yeah.
The other thing, Buddy Hield.
Whew.
Have you played basketball before? I'm not being rude, but my man is just building houses with the amount of bricks he's chucking up.
Yesterday, he only had one attempt.
It's crazy.
It felt like he missed a lot more,
and
to be honest.
The more annoying thing is, you're watching him just bomb on the court, and then you look up at the giant screen, and they're telling you, Buddy Hield has now become the 15th greatest three-point shooter of all time. And you look back, and this dude is tripping over himself, throwing the ball onto backboard, smacking himself in the face, just being an utter cartoon on the court, and it's driving me insane.
And that video that you showed me, what Steve Kerr said to him on the court, is that real?
I don't know when that happened, but there's a video of Steve Kerr talking to Buddy. It's very animated, and it looks, I'm pretty sure this is what he's saying, it looks like he's saying, you can go home.
Whoa.
But Buddy's laughing, so it looked like it was before the game, so it might be something else.
He looked up, Steve Kerr was very upset.
Mad. And it's really annoying as well that when you go online and look at the Warriors community, they're so quick to blame Steve Kerr. And it's really frustrating because it's a very simple-brained way to kind of lay blame at someone. And Steve Kerr's not perfect. He makes some weird rotation choices, but he can only work with what he has. And what he has is a very weirdly constructed team that can be really good when they are playing well. This team is weirdly constructed and playing poorly. So they look like just chuckleheads.
It's weird because we're playing poorly against bad teams, but we're playing great against great teams.
We beat the Spurs twice in a row.
Yeah.
Which is unreal. And the thing that I'm keep thinking about is this team has the potential to win a championship.
Oh, for sure.
But they will never beat a team like OKC. They will likely, I don't know if we had another playoff series against the Rockets, now that they have KD, we're probably not winning that.
Well, we're playing the Rockets on Wednesday. Let's see how that works out.
We need Steph to become Steph again and like be
and
consistently
you know what?
Steph.
Yes, exactly. We need the consistency of him scoring over 30 points every night. No exceptions.
Exactly.
And we need a second and third scorer. We need a rebounder.
Yeah.
And we need to stop turning the ball over.
Carrying on with that, Pod's not doing great. He hit a bunch of threes, more threes than previously, but he's not doing great.
Well, he did okay last night. He forced the other team to commit fouls on him.
There was one quarter where he took the Trailblazers from 0 fouls to 5 fouls and into the bonus on his own
within like 4 minutes.
And he was just basically a punching bag. He was like, I'm gonna be a punching bag this quarter, and he was getting the shit kicked out of him.
He shot 10 free throws last night.
We were in the bonus with 8 minutes in the quarter left.
Can I just say something because like this is very nitpicky. The Warriors missed 4 free throws last night.
Yeah.
And we lost the game by 4 points.
Yeah.
We gotta make those free throws.
And the funny
I'm so
thing
sorry,
is,
but we have to.
we started this quarter with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler talking about who was going to win a 3-point contest between them.
A free throw contest.
Free throw contest, sorry. Because
Not free throw contest. Who had the highest? So Steph has the
percentage.
highest free throw percentage of the team,
the season.
90% plus. Other players like want to reach that.
And they had like a rivalry going on, and since then, both of them have been like so inconsistent.
Even Steph is missing.
I think I've never seen him miss this many free throws in my life, ever.
Yeah.
He's just consistently, when he goes to the line now, I'm like, there's a chance he can miss this. Whereas before, it was automatic bucket. If he was doing it in a clutch moment, you knew we have won this game. Because he's going to the free throw, he's going to make both of these free throws, no one can do anything about it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, he's going to miss. There's a chance he could miss, genuinely. He looks human from the free throw line now.
Yeah.
And I need inhuman Steph Curry back.
Yeah, so the Warriors have now lost 3 in a row.
What were your movies for that?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's end on a high note. And just so the listeners know, we're recording this the day after the game because last night we were so upset. We couldn't even speak. I could not speak. I had no thoughts at the time, so we slept on it. We regulated our emotions, but now I'm like sweating and agitated again. So thanks to this podcast.
I was in my mind just figuring it out. I was learning.
Livid.
I was like,
you were connecting the
parsing
dots.
it. I was connecting the dots and I was trying to understand what was going on. So I wasn't mad. I think I was just like focused on untangling it all, attaching the emotions to justifications, and then making peace with it. And I knew I'll sleep on it. I'll wake up still pissed, but I'll know why I'm pissed.
And that's why this episode is longer because we had a lot of thoughts. We are also caffeinated and we had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We are both upset and happy.
At the same time. Yeah, it's odd.
It's wonderful.
That's what the Warriors do to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just crazy. Boobies for me. Meeting the 1975 championship team, getting their autographs, which is really cool.
There is one incident that I'm interested in seeing and talking about on our longer podcast between Rick and Kalena, which happened on the broadcast, which had people talking about, Rick is notoriously a bad person. And he's just not nice. He's not very nice.
He was not very nice to us either, but we won't.
We'll
get into that later.
I don't want to disrespect him, but man, there was one dude on that panel of players who just did not want to be there and wanted everyone to know he does not want to be there.
He did not want to be there. But it was fun getting autographs. We got our ball signed. We'll share more on our longer episode. And then the other boobies for me was we got a free T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice one as well.
It's a very nice shirt. It says Warriors Cup on it because it was an NBA Cup, which we don't really care about at this point. We're not winning nothing. We're not winning the in-season tournament.
I didn't care about the in-season tournament at all last season or the season
And
before.
also, you know what? In terms of boobies, I'm just looking forward to the next game because we can only go up from here.
You looked really happy while you were eating your Itsit.
Oh, it was so good. I got a mint flavored Itsit at halftime because I was just like, I need sustenance.
And you had popcorn. You rinsed
and I had
that
popcorn. Thank you. Yeah.
It was.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but
you ate that bag.
I did. I was hungry.
Yeah.
I needed something to distract me from all the craziness that was going on the court. So really, none of my boobies are related to the game itself because they're well, I mean, Steph. I would say his second quarter Steph performance, another boobie for me.
I also want to give a shout out to TJD for coming on and doing that one dunk and then just leaving.
Oh, the alley-oop from Jimmy
that was
to
wonderful.
TJD.
It was wonderful. It was nice.
Highlight reel.
And then we probably won't see TJD ever again.
No. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. We will see you after the next game on Monday. We're playing the Utah Jazz at home.
Oh my God.
We better win.
Oh
my God, stop. Don't even say anything. Don't
it's a team that is not good. So I'm like, great, we're losing that one.
Okay, well, on Monday, the Warriors are going to reveal the town jersey. So they're going to be introducing that jersey on the court. The players will be playing it. They'll have a special court design as well.
It's going to be so brown.
It'll be cream and brown. Everyone get ready for that. And we're also going to get a Steph Curry town bobblehead on Monday. So we'll talk more about that then.
On Sunday.
Yes, we're going to an event tomorrow on Sunday in Oakland. It's a block party to celebrate the new town collection. I hope it's good. because we're going all the way to Oakland
Yeah.
to hang
And
out.
Jimmy's having an event the same day, right?
Yeah, and Will Richards doing an autograph signing. I don't know what's going on. We have 3 different things to go to.
I want to at least go to. I love Will Richard. He's doing great. But
We're not going to that.
I don't think I'm going to that. It's also like at a hotel near an airport. No,
Something
thank
like
you.
that. Yeah, it's far.
But Jimmy is launching his new trainers. What do you guys call it?
Sneakers.
Sneakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But we don't
launching
know.
those.
We don't know what time. We know where. I forget where it is. It must
Yeah.
be some kind of pop
It's
up.
public, yeah.
But then we're going to be in Oakland, so like we can't be in multiple places at once. But we'll have a lot to talk about, I guess,
Yeah.
for the longer
Yeah.
ep.
And I think for the block party style thing, we're going to try and film video. The hope is I'm going to be doing some equipment testing today. We're going to hopefully try and interview a few people while we're out there. So that should be interesting. It'll probably be the first video going up on the Just Us Podcasts YouTube channel and the Just Us GSW Pod social accounts.
How exciting.
Very exciting.
We're going to be wearing our t-shirts, our official t-shirts, which I have to steam later today. They're a bit wrinkly.
Yes. By official t-shirts, we're talking about we made Just Us Podcast t-shirts. Well, I made them just so that we could have something nice there.
Yeah, and we'll be passing out our business cards
Yeah, not to randos.
to like
though.
official people.
Not
Yeah.
to randos because it's got.
Come find us. We're excited to talk to you all.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just like tell everyone where it is. Let me pull that up real quick. So it's at the Bridge Yard in Oakland from 2 to 6 p.m. It's the town block party presented by Rakuten.
You know, we're in Oakland, which means we could potentially.
I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say.
There's multiple things that we could go to.
What are you going to say? Are you going to talk about?
Places to eat?
Yeah.
Well, we could go to Dave's Hot
I
Chicken.
knew you were going to say Dave's Hot Chicken.
But Maya Halal Taqueria
We could
is
also
there. Maya Halal Taqueria, I really want to go to again. It's a place that I genuinely owe my mental health to for one period of time during COVID, where we were stuck inside. The only good halal food place was Maya. When I found it, I felt like I had discovered just pure gold in a building, and it was incredible.
And
so
you've been trying to take me there for 4 years,
a-
and we still have not been together.
I want to go. Part of this podcast is shedding some light on small businesses, and that's one I definitely want to do at some point. So maybe we'll go and talk to them and go back another time for a video, because it's a entirely female-owned business. It is Muslim-owned. They make amazing food, really good. It's so good that Guy Fieri gave them money to help their business along. And you know, if Guy Fieri likes it, it's suspect, but potentially good.
Yeah. I'm very excited to try it. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We will see you later. Just us on 3. 1, 2, 3. Just us.